You spend $900 installing 4 new tires on a Saturday morning. The shop tells you they carry a 50,000-mile treadwear warranty. You drive away feeling like you handled it responsibly. 26 months later, your mechanic pulls the car up on the lift, measures the tread depth, and tells you the tires are legally worn out. You are at 28,000 miles. You go back to the manufacturer to collect on that warranty, and you discover the claim requires original purchase receipts, documented rotation records at intervals of exactly 5,000 to 7,500 miles with receipts from a licensed shop and a prorated reimbursement structure that, even on a fully valid claim, pays back a fraction of what you spent. You followed the rules. The warranty was not designed to pay. It was designed to exist. There is a difference. Today I am going to show you exactly what manufacturers changed inside the tire compound and tread design to shorten the life of a product that used to last twice as long, named the Wegsprit, or brands where the gap between advertised mileage and real-world wear is most documented, and give you the 2 numbers you need to check before you hand over $1 at any tire shop. 40 years ago, a set of tires was a multi-year commitment. Fleet operators and taxi companies in the 1970s and early 1980s were routinely logging 70,000 to 80,000 miles on a single set. The construction philosophy of that era, bias ply and early radial designs built with harder rubber compounds and tread depths of 10/32 to 11/32 of an inch, prioritized one thing above everything else: how long the tire lasted under sustained real-world use. The compound was harder, the grip was adequate, the life was long. Then something changed in the culture around tire buying, and manufacturers responded to it in a way that served their revenue cycle rather than your replacement interval. Through the 1990s and into the 2000s, automotive press evaluations and consumer review platforms made wet grip scores, handling responsiveness, and braking distances the primary metrics by which tires were judged and purchased. A softer rubber compound grips better on a rain-slick test track. It scores higher in a 500-mile press evaluation. It also wears 2 to 3 times faster on 50,000 miles of real highway driving. Manufacturers ran that calculation, the compound got softer, the replacement cycle accelerated, and nobody was required to put either of those facts on the label. Here's what that decision cost you in specific, measurable terms. The first engineering crime is tread depth, and it is the simplest math in this entire story. In the 1980s, new passenger tires shipped with a standard starting tread depth of 10/32 to 11/32 of an inch. Today, most current passenger tires ship at 8/32 to 9/32, and performance tires and OEM spec fitments frequently ship at 7/32. In most US states, a tire is legally worn out and must be replaced at 2/32 of an inch. That is the floor. Everything above it is your usable life. A tire starting at 10/32 gives you 8/32 of usable depth before it is legally undrivable. A tire starting at 7/32 gives you 5/32. That is a 37% reduction in usable life built into the product before it leaves the factory. On a $900 installation, that missing tread depth represents roughly $330 in tire life the manufacturer removed from the product before you ever mounted it on a rim. The tread got shallower, the math got worse, and the window sticker mileage number stayed the same. The second crime happens before you buy the car, not the tires. Automakers negotiate directly with tire manufacturers to supply original equipment. Tires optimized for 3 things: ride comfort, cabin noise reduction, and fuel economy figures that look good on the EPA window sticker. Longevity is not in that negotiation. The result is that the tires that ship on new vehicles from the factory are frequently the lowest treadwear-rated version of that tire the manufacturer produces. A spec that exists only for OEM fitment and is not available on the retail replacement market. Owners driving on their original factory tires are often running the shortest-lived variant of that brand and model in existence, and the sticker on the door jamb does not tell them that. When those tires wear out faster than expected, the owner replaces them with what the shop recommends. Sometimes the same OEM spec variant, sometimes the retail version, without ever knowing the difference. The retail version of almost every major tire carries a higher treadwear rating and deeper starting depth than its OEM equivalent. The upgrade costs nothing, it is a part number, but you have to know to ask. The third crime is the warranty itself. The uniform tire quality grading system, the treadwear number printed on every tire's sidewall, is self-reported by manufacturers and not verified by any independent federal body. A tire rated 600 treadwear is not tested against a tire rated 400 by a government agency. The manufacturer assigns the number against an internal reference tire under controlled test conditions. The number is directionally useful but legally unenforceable and structurally unverified. When that 600 rated tire wears out in 28,000 miles instead of the implied 60,000, there is no regulatory agency tracking the gap, and the warranty claim process is engineered to close before it opens. Let's talk about specific brands. Continental supplies OEM fitments on vehicles from Ford, BMW, and Volkswagen through their Pro Contact and Pure Contact lines. Tire Rack's verified purchaser database, which aggregates real-world mileage reports from owners who bought and reviewed tires through the platform, shows consistent owner-reported lifespans of 20,000 to 28,000 miles on Continental tires carrying 50,000 to 65,000 mile warranty language. Continental's warranty claim process requires documented rotation receipts at intervals no greater than 7,500 miles. In practice, a driver who rotates at every oil change on a 7,500-mile oil change interval clears that bar by a single mile. A driver on a 10,000-mile synthetic oil change interval, which is the manufacturer recommendation for the majority of vehicles, Continental's OEM tires are fitted to, fails it automatically. The documentation threshold is calibrated to the behavior of a minority of drivers. That is not an accident. Goodyear presents the same pattern through their Eagle F1. Asymmetric line and performance OEM variants, fitted on sports sedans and crossovers from multiple manufacturers. Tire Rack's real-world mileage survey data shows average owner-reported lifespans of 22,000 to 30,000 miles for the Eagle F1 line, against performance positioning and pricing that implies significantly longer service. Goodyear makes genuinely excellent tires by safety and handling metrics. The failure is not the grip. The failure is the gap between what the marketing implies and what the compound delivers on a real commute, driven by a real person in real weather. Both Continental and Goodyear know that gap exists. It is visible in their own customer feedback data. The compound that produces the gap also produces the test scores that sell the tire. They chose the test score. Before I show you what to actually buy, drop a comment right now with the brand and model of your last set of tires, how many miles you actually got out of them, and whether you ever tried to collect on a mileage warranty. I want to know if the real-world numbers match what I am seeing in the data, because I suspect most of you are going to report something well south of what the warranty promised. Here is what the data actually supports buying. The Michelin Defender 2 is the current benchmark for real-world longevity in the passenger tire market. Tire Rack's verified owner database shows average lifespans of 65,000 to 75,000 miles in real-world use. Michelin backs it with an 80,000-mile manufacturer, warranty, and a claims process that is materially simpler than most competitors. The compound decision behind that lifespan is specific. Michelin uses a higher carbon black ratio in the Defender line than most current passenger tires, a deliberate formulation choice that prioritizes tread life over wet grip test scores. It runs counter to the industry direction. It costs more upfront, $160 to $210 per tire installed, but the cost per mile calculation makes it the least expensive tire in the market when measured over actual lifespan rather than purchase price. Most people never run that number. Run the number. Bridgestone's Ecopia and Turanza lines are the second recommendation, designed with rolling resistance and longevity as primary engineering targets rather than handling performance. Consistent owner-reported lifespans of 55,000 to 65,000 miles, priced at $130 to $180 per tire. Not as long-lived as the Michelin Defender, but significantly more durable than the performance-oriented tires dominating the OEM fitment market and priced to reflect it. And the third recommendation costs nothing at the register. When you replace your factory tires, do not ask for the same tire that came on the car. Ask for the retail replacement version of that brand and model. Specify it by name. The retail variant of almost every major tire that ships as an OEM fitment carries a higher treadwear rating and deeper starting tread depth than the factory spec. The performance is the same or better. The life is longer. The part number is different. That difference is worth hundreds of dollars over the life of the tire, and it is available to anyone who knows to ask for it. Here is the rule: 2 sentences. Check the starting tread depth, check the treadwear rating, and verify the warranty rotation requirements before you sign. Any tire shipping below 9/32 of an inch is selling you a shorter life before the transaction is complete. Any warranty with a rotation, documentation requirement tighter than your vehicle's oil change interval is built to avoid paying. Tire manufacturers found that softer compounds score better in the evaluations that drive purchase decisions and wear out faster on the roads that generate replacement revenue. Those 2 facts are not in conflict from a business perspective. They are the business model. The compound got softer the moment that equation became clear, and it is not reversed because nothing in the market currently requires it to. The 50,000-mile warranty is not a guarantee. It is a marketing number attached to a document engineered to remain unpaid. Next week, we are covering brake pads, specifically the difference between the pad that came on your car from the factory and what happens when it wears out and a shop installs the cheapest available replacement. The stopping distance difference is measurable. The liability is yours. That one is not just expensive, that one is dangerous.